so I kind of have to make this kind of fast because, well, not kind of fast because there's still quite a little bit before Tessa and Scott skate, and if you've been following my tweets for the past week and a half or so, then you would know that I'm, like, obsessed with Tessa and Scott, and they are ice dancers from Canada, and I'm American, obviously. I don't have any Canadian in me, and yet I don't even give a fuck about the American ice team. I'm just like, I want Canada. But half the time, my favorite people tend to be from Canada, so I'm just like, that's okay. So, yeah, so they skate at 12:46, and I believe today is, like, the free dance, so I'm pretty sure that means, like, you don't have to, like, you have to put stuff, like, in your program that, like, is required, but I think you can just kind of, like, do whatever you want. I don't know. So, yeah, but anyway, so I kind of started this video without realizing the fact that I haven't seen the ABC Room 147 promo, but yeah, so, but the CTV promo for Room 147 was like, shit. The only time a CTV promo was good was 2 years ago when they showed a different Always promo, and I'll never forget, I was like, someone tweeted and they were like, new Always promo, and it has part of a kiss, and they're making out against the door, and I was like, what is this? And I remember, like, I was freaking out, and I was like, someone recorded, I need to see it, and I remember as soon as it got, like, the link got posted to watch it, my mom came in here and told me to get off my iPod, and I was like, no. So, yeah, Always, I don't know, I have really good memories for Always, because Always was, like, my first season finale for being in the fandom. Like, my first ever season finale was Knockout, I believe. Knockout and Rise hold a special place in my heart, because that's why I'm obsessed with this show. So, yeah, but most of you guys already know that, so, yeah. So, if I look there, I have the ice skating stream up. It's just muted. So, yeah. But anyway, so, yeah, Always just has a bunch of good memories for me. Like, I remember a sneak peek of them fighting in her apartment came out, and I watched it in the middle of English class. Well, right, but I was walking to English class, and I kind of just, like, I sat in the back, so I put in my earphones, and I watched it on my phone, like, in the wall, and I was like, and then my teacher asked me why I was crying, and I was like, over TV shows, and she was like, girl, I know, I love my 9th grade English teacher so much. So anyway, so on to Smells Like Teen Spirit, because I don't know about all of you, but I'm not breathing properly any longer. Like, it's just, no. This live stream is honestly really stupid because they show the same commercials every so often. And, like, if you want to show me commercials, at least show me different ones. So, anyway, so, it starts off and, you know, the murder happens on FaceTime, and I was honestly waiting for someone, like, it was like a scary-ass movie, and someone just to, like, come up and grab her and kill her, but that didn't really happen, so I was like, okay. So then it cuts to the loft, and they're, like, getting in bed, and they're all cute, and then Castle's all like, oh, may I put on some music? And she's like, you trying to get me in the mood, Castle? And I was like, stop. And then he's like, yes, in the mood to pick one of these wedding bands. And she was like, oh. Like, she was like, oh, I really wanted sex with you. But then if they would have started having sex, they probably would have gotten interrupted because the phone rang, like, 2 minutes later after a little cute conversation about how they, like, you know, went to the Hamptons and sang at a karaoke bar, which, you know, was really fucking cute because they were probably tipsy and flirty with each other and, like, just on that stage dancing and having, like, a grand old fucking time. And I was like, what? So, yeah. So, so that happens, and then he's like, I thought our song was blah, blah, blah when whoever pulled you on the stage at the Beacon. And I was like, what do you guys do that we don't know about? My God. And then they're like, do we not have a song? And I was like, bitches, I got plenty of songs for you, so don't you worry, I'll hook you up. So, yeah, so then they get called to the crime scene, and they go to the crime scene, and I didn't really pay attention much because I was really distracted by her face and her jacket and the fact that this was the episode that they were filming while she won her PCA, so... Wow, they filmed this episode over like a month and a half ago. What the fuck? So, yeah, I still can't believe that she won her PCA. I'll never be over that. Just like the way it happened and everything. Like, yeah. So, yeah, they go, and then they go to the school, and then they're, like, sitting outside waiting for the principal, and it kind of just reminded me of, like, when they become parents, and their kid gets in trouble, because you know their kid is going to get in trouble, like, come on. So, like, it just reminded me, like, them waiting, and then instead of her, like, asking him questions about, like, being back in his old school and stuff, she'll probably be like, your kid, blah, 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 and then he'll probably be all like, why, when it gets in trouble, they're my kid. Like, I don't know. I just want pregnant Beckett so fucking badly. Like, I can't even deal. And I want their perfect wedding so fucking badly because I have this thing in my head where, like, at the reception, like, they're cutting the cake, and can't you just see her shoving cake in his face? Because I totally can, and I totally want that in her dress and everything. There was a spoiler that came out, and it was like, flat, because I guess it was like, oh, what's next for this couple and that couple and everything, and it was like flowers and rainbows, and for Castle and Beckett, and I was like, thank God, because I can't deal with any angst. And then they were probably, it's so weird to watch ice skating without the music, and then it was like, oh, did something about how maybe Joanna Beckett left something behind for her little girl, and I was like, don't you dare do this to me. Because if it's her wedding dress, I don't know, because I don't think Becks would wear it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, her and her mom's wedding dress is kind of like her naming their little girl Joanna. Like, it's just like, I hate and fix when that happens, because like, for a middle name, completely, that's fine. I totally understand for a middle name, but like, for first, like, I don't think the writers really think, like, get in the head of Kate Beckett and think how painful it probably is for her to, like, look at her little girl and call her Joanna, like, every day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like something that she would do. So, I don't know. But anyway, I just scratched my head. So, enough about that. So, I don't know what episode that's going to be, but, so, yeah. So then, Castle's just, like, sitting there bashing about the principal, and then the principal shows up, and then, he's all like, oh, you're still here, and then he was all like, and sadly, you have returned, and I was cracking up laughing, and then when Beckett, like, walked past him and cracked up, I was laughing so hard. I was like, oh my God. And then all this other case shit happened, and I didn't really pay attention because I couldn't really follow the case. I never really do follow the case unless it's her mom's murder, or like, I don't know, something like really, really angsty or something like that. I don't know. It depends on what the case is. But then, I don't really remember too much about it. So, yeah, so then they're at the loft eating dinner, and I love the whole turtleneck and, like, rolled up sleeved jacket. I was like, yes. But, whatchamacallit? They're at the loft eating dinner, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is so cute. And then Castle never went to his prom, and neither did Beckett, because she went to a poetry slam because Rebel Becks was too cool for us to a little dance. And I was like, wow, what if I just cried my eyes out right now, right here? And then, crap. And then they're talking, and then he gives her this, like, list of songs, and she's like, I'm not picking a song off this list. Oh, hell no. And then they just, like, toast, and then it was really cute. And Castle was like, to the things we missed, and then she was like, to those we didn't. And, like, for her to say to those we didn't, like, they didn't miss their chance with each other, and they didn't miss, like, this wonderful relationship and this wonderful future that they're building, and I should really shut up. But, yeah, so then more case shit happened, and I really don't remember, but all I know is that I was getting distracted by Beckett's whole, like, vest shirt thingy, McBob, and I was like, that's mad cute. And she was also doing, like, all these, like, cute little hand gestures and, like, facial expressions, so I wasn't really paying much attention. So then they go, like, back to the school to arrest the murderer, yeah, and then how awesome is that? Like, oh, I got arrested for murdering this bitch at my prom. So then the principal asks Castle about the whole cow, like, where he got it and stuff, and he's all like, if you need one, I know a guy. And then ouch. And then okay. And then blah, 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 blah. I get so distracted by ice skating, it's not even funny. So then he leaves and he, like, goes and yells at the students and whatever. And then Castle's all like, oh, I know you don't like convention and you're a rebel and blah, blah, blah. But Kate, would you go to the dance with me? And I was like, I'd rather toe pick myself in the face. And if you don't know what a toe pick is, it's something in ice skating. I think it's like, I don't really remember exactly what it is. But what I do know is that it's like something with the blade of the skate. So basically I'm just going to take the ice skate and the blade and just smash it into my face. Because that would be a lot less painful than watching the end of Smells Like Teen Spirit. So then she just gives him this cute, cute look and she grabs his hand and I'm like, ugh. So let me tell you something. So I knew some of the stuff that they said to each other while they were dancing, but I didn't know, like, what song was playing or, like, what song they ended up choosing and stuff like that. And some people did. And I was like, I don't want to know. Don't tell me, blah, blah, blah. So when he's asking her to, like, go to the dance, you know, they're playing it. And I didn't hear it the first time I watched it. So when they show, like, the disco ball thing and they, like, pan down to where they're dancing, that's when I heard it. And I literally sat here and was like, is this a fucking joke? Like, what? Because In My Veins is not allowed to play ever. What? Like, it's too soon for this shit. So then they're just, like, sitting there dancing, and then she's all like, do you regret it? And he literally said the most beautifulest thing to her ever. Like, he was just like, everything I've ever done and every, like, terrible and wonderful thing that's ever happened to me, it all led me to this moment right here with you. And I was like, because every terrible and wonderful thing has also led her to this moment right here with him. Do you realize that they're each other's prom dates because they never actually went to their own prom? Like, I can't deal with this shit. I can't. So then she just kind of, like, nuzzles into his neck, and I was like, okay, you definitely love cuddling into your fiance's neck. Like, it's so cute. And, like, she just looks, like, so happy and content and in love with him in that moment. I was just like, no, 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 no. And then they see the girl, and then she goes with the guy, and they start, like, dancing and kissing, and their kisses were, like, weird and awkward, but whatever. And then Becky tells him that there was no, like, magnets or, like, wires or anything to explain why all this stuff was flying around. So he was like, you don't think? And she was like, no. And then she was like, just shut up and kiss me. And I was like, what? Because, honestly, I don't think you realize how long I've been waiting for that phrase to come out of Catherine Beckett's mouth. Like, what? And he called her Kate. I love when he calls her Kate. Like, I can deal with that, but like her calling him Rick, no thank you. Unless like shit is like hella fucking real. So, yeah. So, they're just dancing, and then they literally, they start to kiss, and I'm like, oh, so cute. And I thought they were just gonna break up and just touch their foreheads together and like continue to dance. Nope! They just start making out in the middle of a room with a bunch of teenagers at their prom. And I was like, okay. Like, you're really not allowed to do this to me, but whatever. Like, literally, the last time they made out was, like, to In My Veins, basically, and to I Just Want You. And then they did it again. And the way, like, it was just so freaking cute. Like, I couldn't even have asked for a better kiss. Like, they were basically, it wasn't even a kiss. They were making out, and, like, the way she touched his head, and then they both kind of, like, did this at the same time. Like, she did this around his neck, and he did this around her back, and I was like, that's what I want to do half the time when I watch the show, and I look like a fucking retard right now, but you know what? That's a clear example of what the show makes me want to do, and I hate my life because the show sucks and everything, so yeah. Oh, and I also loved, it's something that probably I only noticed, but when it was like after they had dinner at the loft and it was like the next morning kind of thing, and they showed like the New York City like skyline, it's not the skyline, but just New York City buildings, there was snow on the ground, and I thought that was really cool because there is literally 3 feet of snow outside. I honestly forgot what grass looked like. So yeah. There's so much snow, like, in my development, it's, like, crazy, and, like, when you leave my development, like, when you, like, go to the mall and stuff, like, there's hella high snowbanks, but, like, it doesn't look like there's that much snow outside, but I just think because, like, in here, there's really nowhere to put all the snow, so it just looks like a lot more, but it's kind of cool, even though it's a pain in the ass, and it's a bitch, and it's cold and wet and annoying. I've never seen snow like this in my entire life, and my mom is used to this because when she was a kid, she said that she gets snow like this all the time, and I've never gotten snow like this to the point where if you go out on my back deck, you can't open the door. Like, that's how high the snow is. So, and you can't even, like, push it out of the way because it's heavy, wet snow. So, I don't know, I just think it's cool. We're getting more snow tonight, which we don't need, but this winter was so bad, so yeah. So that's about it. So I hope wherever you guys live, it's not snowing like a bitch, and if you want snow, then you better just reevaluate your life because it's snowing and I hate it. So yeah, so now I'm gonna go prepare myself to watch Tessa and Scott skate because it's like the free dance and they're gonna fucking bring it. And I really want them to win gold, and the fucking stupid American ice team can just fuck the fuck right off. Like, I don't even give a fuck about them. And I'm American. Like, I don't care. Like, I hate watching the Olympics here because they're all like, fan favorite. And I'm like, no, that's Tessa and Scott. Peace the fuck out. So, yeah. So, Smells Like Teen, Room 147 is next week, and I'm kind of really excited because there was like this like script thingy. I don't know if I talked about this in the beginning of this video. I might have, but I don't think I did. But there was a script thingy, and it was like, the half of it was cut off, but the bottom thing was like NGLE, so it looked like snuggle. So and then after that it was like, and Castle wakes up to the smell of coffee. So hopefully it's like Castle and Beckett are snuggled in bed or something like that. And then, like, if they're honestly sleeping, cuddled in bed, I will cry my eyes out. Do you know how long I've been waiting for that too? I can't. So, yeah. And I don't even want to talk about the episode where she has a bruise on her face. Like, what is that? I don't want to talk about that. Like, that just sucks. Like, it's just, I can't deal with it. I can't. Like, oh, Jesus. Like, I actually did something similar to my face. I mean, I didn't have a bruise up here, but she also has a bruise, like, on her cheek here. And I did exactly that because at my old house, there was this huge hill, and we were going sleigh riding, and there was, like, a tree in the middle of it. And by me trying to avoid smacking my face into the tree, I actually ended up smacking my face into the tree, and that shit really hurt. Like, my whole cheek was, like, swollen and bruised, and it was, like, awful. So, yeah. Also ran into a pole and broke my front tooth. So, yeah. So that's about it. So thank you for watching, and I love you all, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And, yeah. So that's about it. Bye!